a police pursuit downtown Los Angeles. Gil Levis live overhead. He's in Sky 9. Gil?
Sandra, you're not going to believe this, but it's another burglary suspect out of the industry sheriff's area. This is now in the downtown LA area on Alameda, southbound from the 101 freeway. A high-speed pursuit coming down the 60 freeway at reaching speeds of about 85 miles an hour. This Audi has been traveling at those speeds, breakneck speeds, on the freeway and now on surface streets through LA. And you can see him coming through the traffic there. Wrong side of the road, almost hits that guy, but continuing. He's just very reckless. It's almost a carbon copy of the pursuit that we had the other day, but he continues to evade these officers. Here's the 10 freeway here now. He's made his way from the 101 to the 10 freeway in minutes, in less than minutes, just weaving his way in and out of traffic there. You can see that all across lanes, just trying to find his way. Now he's right turn here. We'll try to get that street for you. This might be Olympic Boulevard. I'm sorry, 15th Street. It's 15th Street. Not caring for the general public here. Once again, here he goes, left turn southbound. We'll try to get that street for you. It appears to be, I'll try to get that for you here, Hooper, southbound Hooper, underneath the 10 freeway. 60 miles an hour here on these surface streets. We're going to, he's approaching some heavy traffic here. We lost him behind the building here, but there he goes, right turn. And it's Washington, I believe, here.
Gil, we can see those other drivers trying to get out of the way, but boy, when he comes up on them so fast, it's difficult to get out of the way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely difficult. You can see him just blowing through, not a care in the world, you know, as he comes through these intersections here. Southbound Central now here, approaching Adams, and there he goes again, the wrong side of the road, into those oncoming cars, and just continuing through. Here he goes, speeding up, taking off away from those CHP units that are behind. Now, here we go. Look at this. Very aggressive move by the CHP. Boxing him in here. He's backing up into officers. That's never a good sign. Officers with gun drawn, and it didn't look like there was any shots fired. He did make a right turn there, but that officer had his gun drawn, trying to get this guy to stop, and that didn't even stop him. An officer with a gun pointed right at you did not stop you. That tells you that this guy is very desperate to get away. Again, burglary suspects out of the industry area.
Wow, he is really picking up speed.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, opposing traffic. You see, it looked like there might have been an LAPD officer there coming the other direction, trying to block off the roads here. 80 miles an hour we're hearing now. 80 miles an hour on this surface street. I'm trying to get you that street here in just a second. It looks like this might be San Pedro that he's on. But again, such high speeds on these surface streets, so dangerous. You know, you got people on foot out here that could be crossing the street, as we saw in the last pursuit. But again, here he goes, right turn here onto a minor street here, a residential area, 43rd Street. Here he's going over bumps here. Again, this is a blue Audi vehicle here. Now he's coming across traffic there, almost hitting that white car there. But then continuing, now that CHP officer almost got in an accident there as he came through that intersection. But again, westbound here, coming up to Broadway here now. Let's see which way he goes. He's going to go southbound Broadway from that 43rd place. Wrong side of the road. Unbelievable. I mean, just continuing to do this in dramatic fashion here. Right turn now.
80 miles an hour on surface streets. It's hard to believe that this guy can keep control, Gil.
Yeah, I mean, so far he hasn't hit anybody that we've seen. Now here he comes underneath the 110 freeway, I believe that is. And let's see what he does here. He looks like he's in traffic here. We're confirming that no shots were fired there in that. He came out the other way. Almost fooled us here in Sky 9. He came out, made a U-turn under that bridge, and now he's eastbound towards Broadway here, and southbound now. He's coming southbound at us on Broadway, going in front of a officer with his gun drawn. It's ridiculous. But here we go. CHP taking an aggressive move there, trying to block off lanes. He's making that right turn westbound on a small street. I'll try to get that for you. Hoover, approaching Hoover. I don't have the street he's on here. It goes northbound Hoover from 51st. CHP doing a great job here, keeping up with this guy when they have the airship overhead. Look at that guy squeezing right through those cars, coming up on 41st Street. Hoover and 41st, they're making the turn on 41st, we believe.
And same area of town where the last pursuit ended.
Yeah, pretty much. Here's the pursuit. Oh, they almost did that pit right there. Did not quite get the opportunity to do it. He accelerated away from that officer. to get that car stopped, through that pursuit intervention technique that they call it.
Yeah,
Here
they
he goes,
got very
right turn.
close. He just slipped
Yep.
away from them.
Now that was interesting. You saw the one CHP overshoot the guy as he turned. Here he goes. It looks like he's slowing down here, but thinking about maybe trying to jump out and run, but he thought second. But that officer that overshot him, the secondary officer in that pursuit, picked up the pursuit. Now he is the lead officer now. This is going across Normandy now. 41st and Normandy. There he goes. Westbound 41st from Normandy. Now southbound on Brighton Avenue from 41st. And this pursuit continuing here at high speeds through South LA.
Gil, it's kind
This
of
is,
hard for me to tell. Is he going into different areas or is he repeating on the same streets?
No, he's definitely going into different areas. I'm trying to get a look into the car to see if there's additional suspects in the vehicle, and couldn't really see. The windows are tinted there. This is Martin Luther King Boulevard, eastbound, and here he goes. He looked like he may have clipped that car, or Fernando from TOC with an eagle eye there saying that he may have actually clipped that vehicle as he made that turn. But again, there's a woman walking down the street with groceries, and here he goes again, right by that pickup truck. CHP right on his tail, westbound now. Now he's kind of repeating the streets and the area. He's made kind of a loop here now, but here he goes now. Just as I say that, he goes southbound here on Danker, southbound Danker. Here we go. The CHP coming right up on his tail, very aggressive, wanting to bring that pursuit to an end, but continuing through 54th. There it goes, pit right there. Hit him onto the curb, up on the sidewalk, almost into that house, but continuing. There's a man jumping out of the road. Unbelievable. Officers coming through that intersection, almost hit. There's a kid running out of the way there. It's just unbelievable that this guy is just continuing to go. Now, we're hearing that maybe he damaged one of his tires. There might be some smoke coming from that front tire, and yes, I can see that now. The passenger front tire looks like it's smoking, and this pursuit may be coming to an end here. Here's CHP again, pulling right out there. Let's see, they might try the pit here. Let's see, he's going to go. Here it is. He's coming around. We're going to try to get around these buildings real quick. Nope, he's making that westbound turn from Vermont. This guy's car is somewhat damaged when he went up on that curb. So now is a good opportunity for the CHP to try to bring this to an end, try to disable that car completely. And but at this point, this guy is showing no signs of slowing down. There is a smoke coming out of that. His brakes might be burning. That might be what's going on.
Right. It seems like when he makes turns is when it's smoking.
And it looks like it's 57th Street. And look at this. He's going to pass that red car. Unbelievable. Just right through. He's just all over the place. He doesn't have any concern for the general public here, as well as those officers. But here we go. Let's see. They're going to try that pit maybe here. And he's going to make that right turn again. So he's avoiding that pit there with that right turn. And I imagine that he's going to try that again if he sees that officer come up on him. This is Figueroa from 57th Street, blowing through that intersection, hitting some traffic here. I'm going to zoom out. At that tire, look at that smoking tire, eastbound. And again, CHP is not giving up. They're just right on his tail. The luck that this guy has blowing through these intersections, he hasn't hit anybody. I mean, it's a miracle that hasn't happened. But here he is, hard on the brakes. There's a passenger, another lady with a kid running out of the way. I mean, this is like deja vu from the other day. I mean, just again, the intersection there to get out. Now look at this. This car, I don't know if that car did that on purpose or not. He may have been trying to get out of the way, but look at that, right through that intersection, just missing that car. I mean, seriously, this is out of control. Yeah, I mean, that poor lady trying to figure out what's going on there with the child in her hand and just pulling. Look at that. Oh, that officer overshot again, but the secondary officer right there to pick up the pursuit, westbound from Main Street, coming out to Broadway, almost hitting that pickup truck. I mean, he's had so many close calls. Here's the major, Broadway. He's going to go northbound, that right turn. He keeps him out of that pit, but here it goes. Here's the pit, and this should be it.
There's your pit maneuver. Rear door opening, one suspect running. We're going to stay with the driver. They have officers chasing after the suspect, a female driver. She is running. Let's get beyond this building here. And you're going to see her come out from this side right here, hopefully in 1 second. There she is. We are staying with the driver, CHP in pursuit of behind her. It's just a matter of time. There's LAPD unit in an alley, getting ready. Boom, got her.
Actually, he did come out of that passenger side. I didn't see the driver come out. I saw one come out of the back. I saw one coming out of the back of the car. And but at this point, this is the This is the guy that the airship is following, actually, so they may think that this actually may be the driver, but here he is, tucked in under this fruit tree, trying to escape. Now that looks like that's the resident. She's trying to let the officers into this house, but she thinks that maybe he might be in this yard, so we're going to keep an eye on this house. This is where we last saw him, and he may have actually got into that house. So as the officer there is approaching, we're going to try to get around to see if we can actually see what's going on that side of the house.
And we're getting new information right now. Apparently one person involved in this pursuit has been taken into custody, and it might be a woman. And Gil, we've been talking about how similar this is to the pursuit that we had on Tuesday, and in that we also saw a man and a woman.
John, if we can hold here, it sounds like they may have him in custody. Let's see, there's going to walk. There he is. There, that's it. They got him on that side of the house. The dog actually aiding the officers, and maybe he pinned him down. One male, one female in custody now at this point. It's possible that there might have been a third suspect that jumped out. Maybe that female jumped out. That may have been the case. So there could be, it's potentially that there are 3 people outstanding, or now just two in custody, and maybe one outstanding still.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's 5 o'clock. I'm Colleen Williams.
And I'm Whit Johnson in for Chuck Henry. That chase started just after noon near Duarte and moved into Temple City. And on the 605 freeway, the pursuit ended about a half hour later in South L.A. You saw it all play out live on the NBC4 News at noon. Hetty Chang is live in South L.A. with the video and what we've learned since the arrest. Hetty.
And good evening to you, Whit. As you saw and heard in that video, it certainly made for a lot of close encounters and some close calls along many of our major freeways. It's all calm here in South LA now, but this is the very intersection where that police pursuit ended. We're on the corner of 71st Street and Broadway, and we're actually pretty close to the 110 freeway entrance off of Florence Avenue. As I mentioned, this is where the pursuit ended, but it all started more than 30 miles from here, and as you'll see, it was a wild, wild ride.
Crossing.
News Chopper 4 following the action when 3 burglary suspects in this blue Audi went on a wild ride that started near the City of Industry and continued on the 60, the 5, the 101, and on surface streets of downtown LA. The chase looked like it would end here after a CHP officer made a daring move.
You might be boxed in here. You see CHP officers, very dangerous, taking that position. Vehicle trying to back up, but you have CHP officers there as well. He's not stopping. Oh, the CHP right there with his gun drawn.
The driver continued to weave through traffic when officers tried their first pit maneuver near 54th Street, which managed to slow the driver down.
And as he makes a turn, there it goes. He attempts it up on the curve right now. Vehicle not stopped, though. He's continuing.
And near Florence and Broadway in South LA, officers tried again. This time it worked.
There's your pit maneuver. Rear door opening. One suspect running. We're going to stay with the driver. They have officers chasing after the suspect, a female driver. She is running. Let's get beyond this building here. And you're going to see her come out from this side right here, hopefully in 1 second. There she is. We are staying with the driver, CHP in pursuit of behind her. It's just a matter of time. There's LAPD unit in an alley. Getting ready. Boom. Got her.
Ends up it was a woman behind the wheel. She ran one way. 2 more suspects ran the other way. All 3 were taken into custody within minutes. And no injuries were reported in this case, and that is certainly good news considering what could have happened. This is a very busy intersection. As I mentioned, we're really close to the 110 freeway, and there's a lot of local small businesses in this area, and some of those business owners tell us that they saw the suspects whizzing right by their window. I'll have more on what they had to say about this entire chase coming up at 6 o'clock. For now, that is the very latest here in South LA. I'm Hetty Chang, NBC4 News.
On the curve right now. Vehicle not stopped, though. There's your pit maneuver. Rear door opening. One suspect running.
It actually took not one but 2 pit maneuvers to stop a female driver on the run today. A wild pursuit at dangerous speeds finally came to an end. Live in South LA, NBC4's Hetty Chang on the scene since this story first broke. She talked to some of the business owners who witnessed the action there.
Colleen, action-packed it was. The police pursuit actually started more than 30 miles from here near the City of Industry. But this very intersection in South LA near the 110 and Florence, this is exactly where this pursuit ended. And all of that action came dangerously close to residents and local businesses. The three occupants of this blue Audi took police on a wild ride through several major freeways and downtown LA surface streets.
You might be boxed in here. You see CHP officers, very dangerous, taking that position. Vehicle trying to back up, but you have CHP officers there as well. He's not stopping. Oh, CHP right there with his gun drawn.
It ended in South LA with a daring pit maneuver and a very brief foot pursuit.
There's your pit maneuver. Rear door opening. One suspect running. We're going to stay with the driver. They have officers chasing after the suspect, a female driver. It's just a matter of time. There's LAPD unit in an alley getting ready. Boom, got her.
The driver, turns out a woman, ran right past this auto mechanic.
The highway patrol was going behind her to the alley. I guess they got her right there in the alley. And one of those patrol car, he was coming fast and they got stopped right there, and the car started fire.
The pursuit proved a little much for this squad car, which we're told caught fire from running too hot. Marina Renteria just opened shop here 3 weeks ago. She says seeing an LA police pursuit and right near her window was a little unnerving.
For me, it's yeah. And what's happened? It's a lot of police, a lot of people, and then I don't know.
All three suspects, 2 men and the woman driver, were taken into custody. And there is actually a middle school about 2 blocks from here, and we're actually told the kids were getting ready to go on their lunch break, but after hearing about this pursuit, just 2 blocks ending right here, the school rang the bell early and kept the kids inside, so no danger there. But as you saw from that video there, it could have been much, much worse. That's the very latest here in South LA. I'm Hetty Chang, NBC4 News.